Speaking of disappointments,
And-
let's get the last one of these going up. Need a moment to get this.
And like, I was still trying to get over the fact that Sonic Heroes existed at that particular point. So that was just like, yeah.
Sonic Heroes has probably my favorite Sonic song, but like
Sonic
might be one of the worst games.
Heroes.
Yeah, I mean, but it's one of those things where it's like, okay, why don't we just skip the video game experience and just go to a Crush 40 concert?
Yeah. I mean, hearing
Well,
that song
does
live
Crush
was
40
a
have Tails and Knuckles in it?
Yeah,
They do?
probably. I mean, at least
Wait.
someone dressed as them.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, there really is no reason.
The lead singer of the Sonic Symphony thing that was doing like all the songs and whatnot was very sad that he did not wear the proper colored coat. So then he walked off.
Yep.
All other people were singing songs. So
Aw.
Well, he came in initially with the red coat, and he's like, I have this cool Sonic belt buckle, but I have the knuckles drip. I gotta go out and change coats.
yeah, and he was like, I need you to occupy like 4 minutes and 32 seconds of time. And then they did that.
Specifically for enough time to play his world. Oh, God. So...
Tom, I think it's honestly, it was a great show, but I think it's a blessing that we just didn't fist fight the people behind us.
I was ready to fucking... until... I'm glad that, like, the concert, like, stopped them from talking for half the fucking show. Because beforehand, the guys who were behind us were... I'm gonna call them quill measurers. Because
Wait,
the entire...
no, I don't get it.
The entire time that they were behind us, they were like... Also, that is the most evil-looking fucking Robotnik face right there. So, you know, they're showing, like, gameplay footage from whatever game that, you know, they're playing music from. So they're showing, like, footage from Frontiers, which, as you know, was released on, like, almost every fucking console. And the inputs on the footage would go from, like, A to, you know, an Xbox input to a Switch input to a Steam input, because they obviously recorded it on multiple things.
Mm-hmm.
And they just would fucking not. They would call out every little, like, oh, it's Switch now. Like, not even like, oh, I'm whispering to, like, oh, see, it's going between the two. It's differentiating. They must have used two different ones. They're talking this loud about this.
And they were just fascinated with that.
It was really weird. So the person that was sitting directly to the right of me bought a Harry Potter Lego set.
Oh my
and I'm
God.
like, wow, I will not get along with this person for the rest of the concert. And then it was the people behind me that were the actual fucking problem.
Yeah, I looked at Ray, I'm like, Ray, we may have to beat up a couple of nerds, because it was the biggest fucking Lego set.
I literally looked at Tom, I'm like, at the end of the concert, I'm like, Tom, I just have the greatest willpower ever.
Yeah.
I did not piss on that man's Lego set, and I had to fucking urinate for quite a while.
It was the biggest fucking Lego set I've ever seen in my life, too, and all we could see from the bag was, like, a fucking Harry Potter.
And, like, we were trying to get into our seats, and they wouldn't move the fucking Lego bag that was, ripped. The Lego bag was ripped to shreds, too. So it's like...
So they just bought a fucking Lego set into a concert.
Yep.
They bought a Lego set inside a concert with a torn Lego bag. So, like, they can't even carry the fucking thing properly at that point.
That's... wow.
I'm just glad that we were in a very, very Spanish and Dominican area, and then we got big Dominican lunch.
We got our fucking big Dominican lunch.
Dominican lunch at dinner time.
We got that mofongo. We got them canitas no beefsteak. We got the Modelo.
I got my chicharron.
Got the chicharron. Like, the concert itself fucking whipped ass, but again, they're behind us. They're complaining about, like, oh, they're literally going in, like, they're watching the footage of, like, this person playing Sonic Colors, and they're like, oh, he missed a trick. He could have gone for the trick. He could have gone for the trick that would have, like, skipped half the level, and he missed it. And I'm like,
yeah. Somehow this guy forgot that we're at a Sonic Symphony and not some Games Done Quick event.
Yeah. Uh, there's a
Which is-
mean joke. There's a
Which by the way, again, like I said, Sonic Concert is great. The content of Sonic, at least for minus one decade, is very good content, but the fans are insufferable.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't talk to any of them.
Oh, this is fun. So if you don't have all the emeralds, it makes you fucking
Oh, you got
sit
bored
here.
by the stage. Nice.
It makes you stay there while you're like puckering in this thing's butthole for a fucking like a minute.
So how does this feel?
Compared, normally terrible compared to everything else that we played tonight. This is heaven.
Because to my understanding, it's very hard to discern when a game has bad physics just by watching.
Yeah. So this one, like at the very least, I can move Sonic a little bit. It's not great, but it's also not any of the others.
By the way, Tom, I have some mildly bad news. I have been pre-warned to temper expectations on Sonic Frontiers.
Oh.
I
mean,
so therefore, I will wait till it's a $30 game.
now it's just
I
Sonic
think that's
Tears.
Yeah. I'm doing the same thing for Sonic Colors.
Here's the I love Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
And Sonic Frontiers kind of looked like Shadows of the Colossus, but it's Sonic, and you're doing, supersonic bullshit in there.
Super Sonic.
So I'm like,
bullshit.
it's like,
Dun, 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 dun.
yeah, I mean, my man fucking charged up. So
I will say Shadow the Hedgehog might be one of the worst games, but I Am All of Me from it fucking whipped ass and was like the perfect song to start the rock part of the symphony off on. Cause that was not only a crowd who was horny for Shadow the Hedgehog. That was a New York City crowd that was horny for Shadow the Hedgehog.
I smelled the fucking horniness. It's crazy how everyone just got aroused at that entire, segment.
That it's funny because I had posted before when
by the way, still even at a Sonic concert, my favorite thing is watching white people rap the songs.
Oh my god. Yeah.
because I noticed that everyone around me still couldn't get the lyrics down.
I tried doing briefly the version of "Here I Am, tougher than Knuckles, the best of Knuckles, rougher than Knuckles. They call me Knuckles. Unlike Knuckles, I don't knuckle.
Honestly, now I kind of wish Trevor was there so we could have just done the Knuckles remix.
Yeah.
The Knuckles rap song, featuring the Knuckles remix.
Featuring Knuckles.
With Knuckles. It's funny because the guy was like, we're in New York City, so we have to have a rap battle. And Ray is like, I don't know if I would call that rap or a battle.
That's, I mean, I literally I actually sat there and I'm like, this song would be really good with this symphony if they just, I know it's kind of, in a way, semi-blasphemous to go ahead and bring like a woodwind instrument out, like a saxophone for a symphony, because it's not really symphony adjacent. But I'm like, where's the fucking saxophone? And then like the keyboardist put on the saxophone part of his keyboard, and he was like, I won the rap battle because of that. I'm like, Biggie Small, in my mind, I'm like, Biggie Small should come out from the nether realm and kill you right now.
Biggie Smalls did not die for this. Oh yeah, the soundtrack to Frontiers fucking slaps.
But don't get me wrong, they did a good job. They did a good job with that song. Like, I'm not going to slam that. It was nice to listen to, but don't label it a rap battle. My people suffer enough, and we cannot do this again.
Black people are Sonic fans.
Oh, I know.
No,
But-
I'm asking, when you say my people, I'm like, are you specifically referring to black people or Sonic fans?
Oh, no, no.
I feel like both are applicable there.
Important distinction.
Yeah, so I will say I didn't get it recorded. I only got maybe the first 30 seconds of it, so I didn't put it in the compilation, but they did do as like a double encore because they're like you know, this is New York, we got to do something special. They did do the the credit song for Frontiers, which was very sweet and very nice. And like a very kind of somber way to end the evening.
Like, all I know now is that if I play Frontiers and hate it, I'm going to personally blame it on Crush 40 now. Oh, there's that one video that when Crush 40 went to MagFest and was offering to do a signing, I recorded a clip on it.
Yeah.
And it's probably the only funny thing I've ever done on the internet ever.
It's definitely one of
Because
like,
everything
your
else
top...
everything else I do on Twitter only gets 5 likes, so.
It's
And we
definitely
can't
one of
even
your
see
top...
those anymore.
Nope.
But hold on. I
What
know
the
I can
fuck?
find a video. I know I can find a video if I've been given like I don't know, maybe.
Oh,
3
did you die?
minutes.
I somehow died. I'm at the boss area, like, in theory, I just need to actually get to there.
Okay, 2018. So, I gotta navigate through 6 years of my camera footage on OneDrive. I might need like 8 minutes.
Yeah, no
That's
rush.
okay.
We have
We're
time.
stuck here, you know. We'll just be shooting Sonic into the weird butthole thing. I wonder what the weird bosses look like in this game, though.
I think
Because,
we
like, in
just looked at it.
Spinball, everything looked weird.
Everything had like that weird Robotnik edge to it, or there was the machine that put a bird in, but if you looked at like the creature being fucking like electrocuted, which was
Yeah.
probably the only disturbing part of that game, it was like it had cat ears and a tail. So the machine took a bird, turned it into a cat, and then fucking electrified it.
I just want to go ahead and say that I can't find the video from that particular year and month, but I found the worst fucking beer I've ever drank in my life. And it was a Mortal Kombat themed beer, and it was a Raiden version of it.
Was it called like Brutality or something like that?
Here,
But spelled like
Imperial.
with
It was an Imperial Saison. Belgian style ale. Okay. Raiden does not make me think of a Belgian wheat beer.
nope. But like, look at that. They could have.
And that's why it probably
Brutality.
tastes like shit.
They could have called it Brutality like that, and it would have been.
Well, would they
would've been
bring it to
perfect.
you?
Well-
Would they bring it to you, or are they like, finish it?
Well, yeah, actually, I was threatened to finish it. Like, after I purchased it, like, so they had like a few characters for a themed beer at that particular one, and every time I saw them purchase it, they would hand it up and be like, finish it.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, now I feel absolutely threatened. But okay.
I have literally no idea what I'm doing here.
Yeah, this wasn't in the original. I have no idea what this is.
They've swapped out the references to Sonic Sat AM with Prince of Egypt themed thing, apparently.
Oh, what the fuck is that thing?
I also realized that this was the same MagFest that I ran into a Feifang Wang and an id cosplayer, and the id cosplayer never got recognized all weekend. And they were like, "Do you know who I am?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're Id." And they were like, "You're the first one that said it, and also said it so matter of factly." I'm like, "Yeah, I hate myself too."
Yeah. I think you have to like break the eggs open or something.
Yeah.
Which, you know, it's easy for me to say that. I'm not, you know, the one that has to do it.
Game Gear was a console.
You have my consolations.
I think I know a best way I can go ahead and find my video.
Yeah, that's why I just use Google Photos for everything.
You know what it is? I have a digital footprint that spans like almost 20 plus years, and it's awful. Like, I've been backing up my phone since 2010.
Yeah. Oh god, same here. That's
I
been 14
mean,
fucking
for me
years.
personally, there have been times I wanted to just purge everything older than like 3 years. Because, like, nobody needs to see shit that I posted online like 5 years ago. They just don't.
Yeah, but I'm also like a shitposting archivist, so
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think I would have much of an identity if I just can't base off. I found it. Okay, good. Wow, I have multiple versions of this video. What's this trim format?
Didn't you buy a copy of Sonic Heroes like at the event specifically for this?
No,
joke?
I didn't. No, those are all copies I've owned. I actually own those shortly after release. Like, I know I hate Sonic Heroes, but I purchased Sonic Heroes on release day.
Oh yeah, same here. I thought it would be great, and it wasn't.
Yeah. God. This is why, yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in shitposting now that I found it. Before I depress myself even further. And speaking of which, if you guys are not in our Discord, why the fuck are you not? Join our Discord.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
God.
All the cool people.
Ugh.
You want to be cool, don't you?
Am I just getting Sonic electrocuted forever here?
I was about to say, it looks like it really hurts.
I know, I probably should have kept them in for a little longer.
Yeah, you should.
But yeah, the video and shitposting was when Crush 40 in 2018 went to MagFest, and I brought my stuff for them to sign. Pro tip, I got really drunk and I did not go to the sign.
My favorite thing about that concert was that they had like almost every member of the band, but they didn't have any they didn't have the vocalist there. So like,
oh yeah,
like they had fucking like they were able to do so many like great tracks from stuff, but they weren't able to do like the entire audience like, all right, I'm ready for Crush 40 to do fucking like Live and Learn and Open Your Heart and like basically all the tracks that they did at the fucking concert. And they're like, all right, our final song for tonight is gonna be Emerald Coast from Sonic Adventure 1. And like everyone but me got so disappointed because I love that track. They're like, okay, we'll do an instrumental version of Open Your Heart or of Live and Learn. And I'm like, that actually worked because the entire audience, guess what? They're all people who know how to sing the song Live and Learn. So basically the audience was the vocalist, which I'm like, why didn't they do this for like every song?
Oh, that one's special.
You know what soundtrack actually recently slapped? And it's unrelated to Sonic in this particular case. But somebody actually was like, hey, top 3 songs that you would karaoke from Guilty Gear Strive. Because those songs fucking slap. But now I guess because of Sonic Symphony, I'm gonna go ahead and ask if you had to go ahead and karaoke your way out of I don't know, a flim flam situation. I don't know. You got bamboozled, and you had to do this to get out of there alive or whatever. What song would it be?
Probably What I'm Made Of. Either that or Reach for the Stars. I really like Reach for the Sonic Colors one.
I mean, I could probably do Sonic Boom. I always like
Ooh.
Sonic Boom on the Sega CD.
Good call. Good choice. How about you, Ray?
I think Open Your Heart. I think it would definitely be Open Your Heart.
Yeah, that's also one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I actually just found out. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, because like everything about I feel like Sonic Adventure 1 was the perfect transition from going 2D to into 3D game, and like it ended on a very positive note. I hate you, Sonic Adventure 2, to some extent. Anyway,
no,
and I felt like that was like the perfect ending for it too.
It had a like a special kind of butt rock that like, and I like Sonic Adventure. I like Sonic Adventure 2's butt rock too. Don't get me wrong, but like, it had like that fucking like nice 80s like almost like a Motley Crue ass style that I really liked.
Oh, I just got an alert that my Go XLR is doing an update. I'll be right back, maybe? Question mark? I don't know.
Interesting. I mean, to be fair, I don't know how much longer I can do this.
I think we're kind of winding down a little.
But I mean, it was meant to be like baby, like teen / late teen / early adult rock.
Yeah.
For those that were just like not into metal just yet.
It's like the difference between like a punk song and a metal song for me. Like, or like a more like, you know, traditional rock. I like both. Both serve their purpose very well. But one I do like more than the other. And Sonic Adventure 1 is my favorite. Like I talked about that. Definitely like the start of the stream. Sonic Adventure 2 is still good and like definitely does a lot like it. Sonic Adventure 2 has the cooler final boss by leaps and bounds. Perfect Chaos
Who's the final boss in that?
The Bio Lizard. The colony, the Ark Colony, whatever it is. Perfect Chaos in like aesthetically I love, but I hate the fact that it cuts off Open Your Heart after like at the halfway point of the fight.
I don't like what one of the Sonic games did to Metal Sonic. Like at the end of one of those, he like turns into a big monster thing.
That is Sonic Heroes. Cool song.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But kind of a weird choice for that fight. I actually just found out that Sonic X show did an entire arc on Sonic Adventure and the Perfect Chaos fight, and I kind of want to check that out. Like, Perfect Chaos was just get momentum and run, and we replace the song at the halfway point of the fight. And it's such a quick fucking fight. That's my only complaint, though. Like, everything else, like, I'm Sonic Adventure 1 all the way.
I guess if I had... Because, like, I didn't have a Dreamcast, so I missed out on all the, like, transition to 3D stuff that Sonic had. Probably after the Sega Genesis, the most. I'm not sure if I ever played another Sonic game after that, except for like Sonic Generations, but that doesn't really count. Like I think I just missed out on all those like defined. Like I didn't play. I just missed.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what trying to think of like what the. I don't really think you missed all that much. You missed Adventure, which now has a good like.
Oh,
Adventure has a good Steam port, but you have to use a mod to like make it actually like playable.
Mm-hmm.
But like Heroes wasn't that great. Here's the thing with Sonic Adventure 2. When it's good, it's really fucking good. But it's not that good.
Sonic Adventure 2 made me really feel for Tails because it's like, damn. In Adventure 1, it was like, okay, he's gonna become his own hero. Just go ahead and be like, it's like Tails, you know, badass sort of a hero adventure arc. Here we go. No, they put him in a fucking robot like Shinji. I was pissed.
Oh my god, why is this so fucking hard to hit?
It's been stuck in this steamy area for a little while.
I need to like leave that and then like
you keep getting cock blocked.
Yeah, I need like the Steam things to push me up, and they just kind of aren't.
It was kind of like one of those things where like even like fucking Dick Grayson that was Robin for Batman was like, I'm gonna become my own guy. It was like, cool, and it worked out really well. And it's like, all right, it's time for Tails to do that. Nah, we got to keep him the Robin to Sonic's Batman forever. And it's like,
I really liked Tails' story in Sonic Adventure 1, which was like the most annoying part. I really liked that entire like, yeah, I got to stop depending on Sonic and do things for myself. That's literally why the song is called "Believe in Myself."
Exactly.
And why the entire gameplay of it is like him trying to beat Sonic and eventually like, oh cool, he's the one who like stops Robotnik at the end. It's actually pretty fucking heartwarming and cool. And then it's like, oh cool, we're just gonna give you E102 gamma mechanics that you share with Dr. Robotnik.
I was
and Robotnik tells you how much he misses his wife.
Yeah, I was just so pissed off about that whole fucking thing.
Like, here's the thing: Sonic stages in Adventure 2 slap ass. Like,
oh yeah,
City Escape might be the best Sonic stage of all time. It is the coolest way to kick off a game that has ever been done. That entire opening sequence ripped ass. And
I have no idea what the fuck these things are supposed to be, by the way.
I think they're just supposed to be like Robotnik heads, but
like boiling Robotnik heads.
I'm glad they don't do the fucking meh that they do.
Oh yeah, like real weird.
They do on the Genesis.
Something creepy about this game.
But like, I'm kind of thinking about it because like I've always had that issue for like a decade and a half, like just boiling in my mind. And now I'm just like thinking about it all. It's like, this game has the least character development of all fucking time. Like this franchise, I should say. It's like, nobody grows in this game. And like, I guess maybe that's why I kind of just haven't loved it as much as I have in my my early childhood and teens / early adulthood. Nothing has progressed in this franchise, really. It's just, oh, it's Sonic. He has to save everybody because that's just what it is now.
Yep.
God, I feel like old man.
I mean, like literally, Adventure 2.
I literally feel like old man. I feel like old man yells at Cloud right now.
No, we're not doing Final Fantasy tonight. It's Sonic.
Oh no. Old man yells at
I
Chadley.
okay,
Is
yeah, true.
So I guess what sort of progress would you like to see? Like if you were in charge of Sega and you own Sonic now, what would you like to see?
I mean, I guess like in a lot of Japanese-based, because at the end of the day, this is like a Japanese franchise. In a lot of Japanese franchises, like characters actually develop and like, do their own thing. Like
What would you want?
Like
Tails
a lot of shoujo, I guess like a lot of shonen animes have like characters with their own individuality. I would just like more individuality beyond the fact of we have to come to Sonic to have him save the day.
Sonic can be less Goku, and
Yeah, exactly. Like
that's not only as a fucking super.
So like when there's a problem, everyone is just like, we have to go.
yeah, exactly.
Sonic, okay.
It's literally just like 911, Sonic the Hedgehog. Where the fuck are you? Like that kind of a thing.
Like they should do things for themselves, right?
Yeah, like I mean, Shadow as a character, even though hasn't been in the franchise as long. Well, I mean, I guess like only a decade difference because he came in like maybe like he came in the early 2000s. So like, but like they gave him like prominent roles in like the story arcs and whatnot. But like Tails honestly is way overdue. Like.
Yeah.
He does not have to be like
I totally get what you're saying now, because it seems like in the media that I've seen, they really over depend on Sonic like everybody does, but also Tails is the one that is always like trying something and then like failing, and then Sonic has to like come get him out of trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Like he doesn't have to fail at everything. And hell, like Sonic Adventure 1's a good fucking premise on that. Like
Tails is a
really good.
Tails is a really solid fucking character in Sonic Adventure 1. He like Tails saves the day in the end in multiple occasions. He builds the fucking tornado too. He has some like a moment that was so cool. I'm glad they actually included it in the symphony where Tails is like Tails does the cool shit of like, I upgraded the tornado so that it could like go fucking hyper mode and fight back against Eggman's armada. Like that was a really fucking cool moment and a genuine surprise when if you play Sonic's route to completion before Tails is. And they just don't do shit like that ever again.
So I'm trying to think of what the group dynamic is. Sonic is obviously like the really fast guy. He's like the overconfident one. Tails is like specializing in machinery and he's a little bit smarter.
The brains.
Yeah. Knuckles is like the muscle. But like, even so, like Sonic is just kind of muscle when he needs to be,
He's speed.
Like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not to mention, it seems like the crutch seems to be supersonic all the time now lately.
Yeah. So it's like when Sonic has to be the muscle, he can just be the muscle. Like it seems like there's nothing that Knuckles can do that Sonic really can, except for like sort of glide, but like Tails can fly. So I don't know. I feel like they could do a little bit better with Knuckles to make him like more of an individual.
I mean,
the
Knuckles,
movie actually got it right by having Knuckles be like, keeper of the emerald.
Yeah, so I missed that. Like when he was introduced in Sonic 3, his whole thing was that he was like a guardian of the island, and there was like a little bit of ties into like ancient culture, like a history there or something. And then he was just kind of flanderized into like a big dumb guy.
This is another thing that Adventure 1 really gets well by having like the entire plot of that game with chaos and protecting the emerald and the Chow are like basically how Knuckles' people fucked everything up.
Yeah,
And then,
I miss
and
stuff
then let's
like
just
that.
have a beautiful cameo by Big the Cat, just like doing something doofy that just helps the hero out in the
Well,
song.
okay, I will say
Wild
that
card,
Big the
bitches.
Cat is perfect as is, no notes.
Yeah, exactly. Like you don't need to change Big the Cat at all for anything. Like Big the
Yeah.
Cat is he is what he is, and arguably top 3 songs in the Sonic Adventure one soundtrack.
Easily. I love Day in Paradise.
Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to go to an anime convention that me and you, Tom. We got to go to an anime convention that has that song on there, and we just gotta like swap off.
We gotta do Big and Froggy, but as Tenacious D.
Oh, exactly.
That's what we gotta do.
Oh god, that's I literally, so like with today's events, I met up with Sean Ewing, and Sean Ewing is the biggest encourager of anything Big the Cat related.
Hey, yes, he is.
And I mean, what can I say? Sean has great taste.
I love Sean.
But he like I remember like he was just like, best song ever is Big the Cat. I don't care. You can go ahead and have your fucking, you know, want to fly high bullshit. I just want to be a fat cat that just fishes for my friend.
Hey, big guy. Hey,
was like-
little guy.
And I was just like, you know what? I can see it. And now so many years later, it's like, yeah, you know what? I see it.
I fucking listen. A lot of people complain about Big the Cat in Sonic Adventure, and they're fucking cowards and dum-dums because it's a free, fun little fishing mini game.
Yeah, I remember
like-
back when that game came out, there were all sorts of like arguments and like hate on Big the Cat.
As a person that has now actively played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, your only side missions were Big the Cat. Deal with it. Like, just get over it and do a fun fishing mini game. Like, that's it. No other further notes on that. Because you could either have Big the Cat or you could have Chadley.
Yeah.
Who do you want to have?
Who do you want in your corner? Also, Big the Cat gets to take on fucking Chaos 6, the second strongest character in the game, and he kills him with the fucking fishing pole.
Exactly.
That kicked ass. That segment was so fucking... Like, even when that came out and people were complaining about it, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? That's... You know the meme where it's like, the literally coolest thing happens and someone's complaining about it? That was that.
Yeah.
The big, dumb, idiot cat just fought an almost fully powered incarnation of a god with a fishing pole to save his frog friend who couldn't give less of a shit.
Who doesn't even know what the fuck is happening right now. All he knows is like, oh shit, water's here. That's kind of cool.
Where did this tail come from? I know I haven't said a whole lot about this game, but really after the last couple of things we played, like, I'm in heaven
Yeah,
right now
this is
playing
an okay game. Like, pinball is a game that you play on the go anyway.
It
like-
has good momentum and, like, okay physics and isn't on the Gamescom.
Until your mom complains that you have to buy more fucking AA battery.
Yeah,
Hey!
there's that.
Everyone needs to buy more AA batteries.
I mean, but back then.
Yeah, true, I wasn't being paid at that point. It's funny though, because we have our truck at my job that has, like, we bring to headquarters as a places to, like, show them demos and give them speeches and whatnot. And in it we have, like, the battery powered Hall of Fame, so there's stuff like the Walkman and the Instamatic flash camera that first started taking batteries. That basically is the reason why Alkaline replaced Zinc as, like, the major battery. And sitting right there in between the two of them is the Game Boy and the Game Gear, because we sold so many goddamn motherfucking batteries with the Game Gear.
Uh-huh. That thing ate through so many batteries.
It kicked ass.
So, you might know about this. When I was younger and I had all those consoles, we ate through so many batteries that we looked into a battery charger, like a battery recharger.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still a thing? Like, I mean, I'm sure it probably is, but I don't have such a need for batteries anymore.
So we technically do have a so what we call that it's literally secondary cells. And that's not just it being a knock on it, that's literally what is called primary cells and secondary cells. And they still exist. They are not all that popular in the US, but they're really popular in Latin America and like particularly Chile.
Yeah, it's just been a while since I've seen or really thought about rechargeable
Crumbler.
batteries anymore.
Hey, Crumbler, how's it going?
What up, Crumbler?
Hey.
I feel like there's a percentage of Sonic fandom once the games. You know what it is? I think like Sonic Adventure 1 like. Well, I mean, yeah, I became a little older in that particular aspect when that game came out.
Yeah.
Only because like that was like, oh shit, it's time to like, you know, go through high school and everything like that. But at the same time, it's like Sonic Adventure 1 gave me that anticipation that like there was going to be some growth. Mm-hmm. Not that there was like maybe not that like
not
shit was going to be more serious. Like I'm a Final Fantasy 11 player. Like, we went through one expansion pack where it's like, it's the end of the world, and then everything else after that was kind of bullshit.
Like,
but it was still decently well written.
Yeah.
So,
like, you just want stuff to feel like it mattered.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things where, like, it's kind of weird because I think I saw, like, a large gathering of people that actually gave a shit about Sonic Unleashed, and I was like, wow, I did not think that even existed. So like, yeah, I mean, whatever. Probably one of those again, old man yells at cloud things. And but like I just kind of feel like, yeah, I mean, like you just bounce from one game to another and it doesn't, the stories don't matter at that point. Or anything of the sort.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess I can't really say that's a problem unique to Sonic because Mario games don't have a story where it's like, oh, one story carries on over to the other and it has to go ahead and continue on. It's absolutely not the case. Like, Sonic and Mario can just have unique stories in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And like when you go to the next game, it doesn't matter what happened in the previous game.
Like, one thing that I've wanted for a while, and I know that this will never, ever, ever happen, but these franchises that have been around for, like, decades, like, you know, Pokemon, to the point where people who were kids and grew up with them, they're older now. And I would kind of like for there to be media that is geared towards those people that, you know, it's a little more sophisticated or a little more serious, a little more adult, just like different than like the mainline series as it exists today.
I mean,
but I know that they would never do that because it messes with their brand or whatever.
And not even sophisticated. I mean, like, I feel like Pokemon fans got their due. Like, Ash got to be fucking Pokemon Master. He got to be. It took like fucking decades.
Forever, but
yeah, exactly. But like, you know, there was some growth there. Like, this man's been like chasing a dream for so long, and he got it. And like,
and Professor Oak got to fuck his mom.
Well, only after Mr. Mime, though.
Oh, he was filming.
Like, I feel like Sonic's just been like this in this state where it's just like we just got to rely on this one character to do everything.
They don't
and
know what they...
and everyone is a side character. Everybody's a side character.
The biggest problem to me is that they don't know what to do with it, and that can be a good thing. Sonic Adventure 1 really worked as well as it did because it was them going, we don't really know what we want to do with this character, so we're just going to try a whole bunch of different characters at once and see how it goes. And it ruled because of that. But like, I feel like they're never gonna be that kind of like. They keep making that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. They keep making these like. They go half measure on experimental gameplay. They'll do stuff like, we'll do the werehog, but it has to be Sonic and the werehog, as opposed to like just make the werehog make the werehog his own character and make him be like another playable character. So it's not just Sonic who occasionally becomes a werehog. It's like a different character. Like do something kind of cool like that.
And I feel like Mario and Sonic have, like, as franchises, have the ability to go ahead and experiment with a game, because I'll be perfectly honest, I mean, I kind of was just like, cool, great, Sonic's a fucking werewolf now. Fuck it, whatever. I don't care. Let's just wait for the next game to fucking come out.
It won't matter after the next game.
Yeah, exactly. It won't fucking matter.
Like, he's not still a werehog, obviously. That was fucking one game.
Yeah.
That's why I really like stuff like Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, where, you know, it kind of lets the franchise kind of do kind of.
It lets it breathe a little bit. It introduces some new characters.
Yeah,
you know.
It's really bizarre how, like, and in the age of everyone on the internet being absolutely anal about their fucking franchise to never-ending days on Reddit, it's like they don't get to actually experiment, because God forbid if you fucking, you know, do something that's mildly different, everyone's gonna fucking riot. But like, these are the two franchises that can actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I guess Sonic kinda somewhat does it, but very mildly.
It does but it doesn't do it. It's half measures.
It's like if you go to the fucking spice store and oh my god, I'm literally doing this. It's like you go to the spice store and it's like, how spicy do you want? And it's just like, I'm gonna choose the not spicy blend. Let's just go ahead and fucking do that.
Also, what's good, Impervious D coming in with that raid? What is good?
Hey,
my man, Impervious D, a fan of Neil Carcagena.
Hell yeah!
I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Oh, he
very close.
Oh, he rocks it. He rocks it on his streams all the time.
Oh fuck yeah.
Impervious D, by the way. Is that fucking Sin? Yeah, that's me. That's me, boyo. How did you do on your fucking raid, by the way? I saw you in your stream. By the way. How'd you do in your fucking raid? You get progress?
Oh, what are they raiding?
14 player. 5%.
Oh shit! Which raid? Oh, you're doing T. Hell yeah. Oh wait, are you on like Perfect Alexander, or are you on
Yo, do you remember the night that we were like, oh hey, Chef's starting his Final Fantasy 14 journey, let's go log in?
Yep.
I accidentally, in 2 different world servers, ran into this motherfucker twice by accident.
God damn. Oh, nice. Oh god, I can talk about this a little bit. So for those who don't know, we've been doing Blue Mage, because we're trying to get it cleared before Dawn Trail. And
I always liked Blue Mage because it was just fun to be able to use like the monster powers.
Blue Mage is the most fun raiding in 14. Like, it's my favorite fucking thing in the world to do. We're on the final fight of the Eden tier.
Impervious is on an ad. Fucking
nice.
Yeah.
Fucking
Gross.
ads.
Fuck Twitch. Hold on.
I'm
I'll
sure
be
you'll
right
let
back.
us know when it's done. Oh, I wonder if this also does it where it's like where it's the birds going in, but the cat being electrocuted.
Totally forgot what I was going to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's turning into a cat.
the funny thing was we destroyed the tunnel. It didn't have to go in there. You didn't have to. You didn't.
Well,
have
you
to.
know what? Maybe that one in particular was like, you know what? I think it'd be cool to be a robot.
Can't shit at that. Can't shit on that, I guess. But yeah. So Blue Mage rating is
Impervious. Ad's over. Let's go.
nice. So yeah, Blue Mage rating is the most fun. It's a great way of taking older fights and like doing them in a new like fun way. So right now I'm doing we're doing E12 Savage. The Eden's Gate fights, which oh my god. So yesterday we had, so it's a two-part fight. For those who don't know, it is a it has a checkpoint on it. Where you clear phase 1, the door boss, and you get to fight it. You get to fight the actual final boss. You get to beat up a team. When you clear the first fight, you get a checkpoint, which means that like if you die, you wipe, you start on phase 2. But that also means that if something happens, like your gear breaks or something that causes you to leave the instance, you lose that checkpoint. So yesterday, our raid lead was going on a 12-second delay. Oh no, 7-second delay. Because their like ping was just that bad. It was something with the 14 servers. So like he's playing everything 7 fucking seconds behind. He's only getting
Well, that
stuff
sounds
done.
impossible. Like that sounds like he's just like completely ineffectual at that point.
He was only able to do what he needed to do by our callouts and muscle memory. Like that is the only way he
Oh
was
my
actually able to get
goodness.
it done. And it took us like 2 hours because I'm like, well, we can't lose a prog night. So even with that, we're like, fuck it, we have to try. And after 2 hours of doing this shit, part 1 is, by the way, harder than part 2 of that fight by like easily harder. So we're like, okay, we're done with part 1. Part 2 is going to be easier. And our tank goes, guys, I am so sorry. I just fat-fingered Mimicry. Mimicry, for Blue Mages, is how you can actually raid in the first place on it. Where you have... It's a spell that gives you a bonus to either your defense, healing, or damage, depending on if you targeted a tank, a healer, or a DPS when you casted it. And of course, because all of these fights have to be done on all Blue Mages, you have to bring it into the fight. You can't, like, swap to tank in the middle of it. You have to do it outside the instance. So, if you lose it, everyone has to leave the fight to, like, go get it back in.
To go get it again.
So, we take 2 fucking hours getting through the door boss in the first place, and our tank fucking turned off his tank mimicry, which gives him basically twice damage reduction, twice his health, and like basically makes it so that he can survive more than one fucking auto.
Right. So in a simpler way of thinking about it, he brought a helmet in with him, and then halfway through the fight, he dropped the helmet.
Yeah, but if he did that in phase 1, we could have just gone out, got it, and came back in. But he did it on the one fucking pull after we had gotten past the door boss, and it took us 2 hours to get past that fucking door boss. So we're like, we can't leave and risk having, like, you know, this guy have, you know, do it again on a fucking 7-second delay. We have to go in. So basically, me and my co-healer just kept spamming Palm Cure on him, because 3 autos would cause him to die. And every other tank buster, he just had to use Diamondback, a really powerful spell. Basically nonstop. This game doesn't want us to clear this fight. We're going in again on Monday, and I'm praying that we are able. If I'm very happy on Monday, that's because we actually finally fucking cleared it. But
yeah, if it were me, I would have just, you know, logged off at that point, because at that point I'm just gaming angry.
Oh, we couldn't lose a prog night. We have like,
What does that mean?
so we have 15 nights until the new expansion drops. Once the new expansion drops, we're not going to be able to meet as a group and get the fight like done. So we're progressing in it, and we need to see some of these later mechanics to, like, you know, build muscle memory and like kind of know how to get them done. So it's called prog. You're basically progging that mechanic in the fight.
Frogging.
Short for progressing.
Yeah, progression.
It's like a frog pog.
That's just my accent. It's prog, like progression. Or prog rock. You know, everyone loves Rush.
I love Rush.
I
And
adore
if anyone
Rush.
slams Rush, I will fight you.
This is my favorite dog.
But
Oh,
no, yeah,
this
yeah,
sucks.
I get it. I get it. But it's like, I don't know if there could be a game for me that I would take, you know, like that I would want to keep playing even when I was that pissed off. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's normally not that bad. It was an accident. I can't like get that mad at the guy.
Yeah,
but,
you
like,
can't be like super pissed at the guy. It's like, oh my god, are you serious?
This is okay,
Um,
everything I said good about this game, I take it back. This sucks.
Did you know you have to collect all the emeralds to get there?
Yeah, except it's doing the fucking bounce up, and every time I bounce into it, it like it puts that fucking thing on for like a minute.
Well, I mean, it's okay. Because if you ever want to try the game out, it's the critically acclaimed MMO RPG Final Fantasy XIV with an expanded free trial, which you can play through the entirety of A Realm Reborn and the award-winning Heavensport expansion, and also the Heaven award-winning Stormblood expansion, and the award-winning and Shadowbringers expansion that you can play for free, with no restrictions on playtime, up to level 80.
I know you played for a while. You were I remember like
I
cuz
played
actually
for a little bit.
when you played, I hadn't unlocked Black Mage yet, so I actually remember you telling me about like the Black Mage rotation and like what it did.
Yeah, so I played a bit of Final Fantasy. I had a Lalafell Black Mage guy. He had a little mustache. And I liked him because he was like the DPS, but like it was all about like his build was all about like cooldowns and finding your proper rotation. And I guess later on there's like some ley line stuff. But it was kind of simple for me because it's like, okay, I just have to keep my combo going.
That's about a rotation in the end. What matters is, would you fuck your own character? I'd fuck my own character.
I probably wouldn't fuck him, but I would like to hang out with him.
Okay, I'd fuck my character.
Ray has a very, very large femro, and we are femro appreciators here.
Yeah.
See, even Impervious, I get railed by my own character. Yeah, see? We know what we're about here.
I just don't know if he would be even interested in sex. I'd have to ask him.
So I'm gonna check something out because I don't know if you all noticed, but there have been like those little like the like question boxes that give like a XX, XX, and then a number. There are like those monitors there. I'm gonna do a soft reset because at the last one there it said it gave me all those numbers and then SFX. So Game Gear, Sonic, Spinball, code.
See, I should probably rename my character at this particular point. I've already done a rename of everybody else. By the way, feel free to go ahead and post your lodestone characters into the chat, or I will allow it. But I should probably do a rename of the character.
What was their name?
Oh, the name was Shinta Sin. But it's I used to be Shinta Sin also on Twitch, but you know, Kenshin. Thank you. Gotta get away from that shit immediately.
Okay, so apparently if you go to sound effects and you play in order 0, 2, 1, 1, 6, 6. Something shook.
Maybe that was a debug thing?
Let's see. It's supposed to be something called Soniczilla.
Soniczilla? Is he like really big? Oh,
yes.
Okay. Okay, that's kind of cute. I miss when games had those kind of like useless codes in them. Oh no, it's not just Sonic. It's
every sprite is now big.
Yeah.
Including that fucking chonker ass of an emerald that is currently too big to even be displayed.
Now it's just worth even more.
As a neat little effect. In any case, I think I've streamed enough for this week.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think you need to
my bad
take
on that.
a well-deserved rest.
You absolutely needed tonight. I'm glad to hear everything sound like it was a fun time, and also it's always a good occasion to see Sean Ewing, even if it could have been under better circumstances.
This is a certified hood classic.
Yeah.
I may also have to make. I have to go to Florida. I'm gonna make it that entire state's problem.
Oh God.
That states has enough problems though.
Oh yeah, no, they need more problems.
Take out the Panthers. Do you want my Rangers jersey for while you're there to just show them?
Actually,
just, be the big middle finger?
You know what? Superbly chaotic energy. I could show up in an Eagles shirt. No, I want to show up in a Rangers. I want to show up in a Rangers jersey. Hold on. If Florida loses, you got to give me a handoff to your Rangers jersey.
Yes, I will. I have one that's a little small on me that I will absolutely be able to hand off to you.
Oh, I don't care. I mean, they don't know anything about black people and their fashion wear. They'll just think that baggy is still in, even though it's the year of our meme lord 2024. They don't know shit about shit there anymore. They still view their history books when they view the civil rights, the civil rights activism. Oh my God, civil rights.
The civil rights activision.
Oh my God, activision. Ugh. Oh my God, Oh
activism.
my God. Yeah, civil rights activism in their history books, they view that as trouble ahead in their printed, fucking books. So, fuck them. I'll confuse them even more. I don't give a shit about Florida.
Nice.
I got a Sith Holocron from them. I don't need anything else from that state.
All right, but we will be back probably on Tuesday of next week. I don't know if we're gonna do a Sunday, but keep an eye out on our Discord for any info. We have something in the works with Pulla that I'm very excited to kind of talk a little bit more about later, which is going to be a Paper Mario themed TTRPG.
Yes.
But that will be for later. It's a little sneak peek. For now,
I'm working on it. It's still in the oven.
We're gonna throw a raid over to Mog Talk, because we're talking about raid progging before. They're apparently doing DSR. They're at phase 6, so tonight might be a clear night for them. So we're gonna throw a raid over to Mog Talk. They are subscribe only, but or follower only. But they're worth the follow. They do a lot of charity themed races of the new content when the new Savage tier and the new Ultimate drop. So they're good people. Until then, I am BPM, and I'm here with buddies Sin and Bellarose. And it has been a wonderful night. Thanks for sticking with me through all these really, really fucking bad Sonic games. This was something that I kind of had in the back of my mind as a stream idea for probably about 2 years, and
2 years?
I'm pretty happy with. Yeah,
that's a long time.
I wanted to do something with the Gamecom for a while, but emulating it was a fucking nightmare, and I didn't realize you could just do it in browser. So when the occasion came up where I'm like, you know what, I could do all 3 of these games kind of in one go. I'm like last minute stuff. Okay, let's do this. So just be good to one another. And cops aren't your friends. And call a friend up and tell them that you love them. Like do something out of the blue for someone, because no one knows how much fucking time we have left with people.
Yeah.
And
Also, this weekend it's Father's Day. If your father doesn't suck, give him a call.
And if your father does suck, fucking I'm your new dad.
Speaking of Florida, Rhonda, suck these nuts.
Hey, got him. All right, catch you all later. Peace.
This is a certified hood classic.